It's from the Gospel of Matthew, and it's in the 15th chapter, and it's the story of a Syrophoenician woman or a Canaanite woman who is identified only by her ethnicity and gender, not her name, and it is a text in which it seems as if Jesus is challenged. And so here now from Matthew 15, verses 21 through 28. Leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. A Canaanite woman from that vicinity came to him, crying out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is suffering terribly from demon possession." Jesus did not answer a word. So his disciples came to him and urged him, "Send her away, for she keeps crying out after us." He answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." The woman came and knelt before him. "Lord, help me," she said. And he replied, "It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to their dogs." "Yes, Lord," she said, "but even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Then Jesus answered, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted." And her daughter was healed from that very hour. I chose that text because, in my opinion, the church has been offering crumbs for far too long. And when I celebrate Holy Communion, one of the greatest things that happens is it's usually a child that comes up to me and says, "Pastor Tracy, can I get a big piece?" And I think it's time that the church looks at everyone, seeing their ethnicity and gender and all of who they are. And instead of offering crumbs, pulls up a seat or pulls out a chair so that everyone has a place at the table. Bishop Talbert has been doing that and urging all of us to join him in offering the finest bread on behalf of Jesus the Christ. And so it is my honor and privilege and pleasure to welcome Bishop Talbert to share the feast with us this afternoon.
Well, you have greatly exegeted the text that you read. Don't need to try to do that for you. Well done. I won't be long. My sisters and brothers, it's been such a joy and privilege to be with you on your journey of drawing the circle wider, ministry without fear. Ministry without fear. As I understand it, it's only 2 audit reconciling congregations in Florida. Only 2. I wouldn't have believed that seeing so many of you here today. You demonstrate by the presence here today that the potential here is great. Don't underestimate that. God is calling us indeed, to invite people to be a part of this new movement of faith. So it's a courageous act on your part to be here. But also, I am extremely grateful that you are embracing the call to biblical obedience. It's a great source of inspiration and hope for me, because when I made that declaration at the 2012 General Conference, I would not have imagined that there would have been such an overwhelming response across the church. It's happening because I believe God used me for that moment. It's also happening because I believe God is using all of us in this moment to do the right thing. So I trust that the leadership of Reconciling Ministries Network in your presence today will leave you with a great sense of encouragement and hope for the days ahead. I'm glad to be a part of the team with Matt and all of the others, the board members as well, who are here today. As we come to the conclusion of this event, I do want to read another passage of Scripture. And it comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 10, verses 16 through 23. And I'm going to read it from the Message. Listen to these words. They are familiar to you, but get this language. It reads thusly: Stay alert. This is hazardous work that I'm assigning you to. You're going to be like sheep running through a wolf pack. So don't call attention to yourselves. Be as cunning as a snake, inoffensive as a dove. Don't be naive. Some people will impugn your motives. Others will smear your reputation just because you believe in me. Don't be upset when they haul you before the civil authorities. Without knowing it, they have done you and me a favor, given you a platform for preaching the kingdom news. And don't worry about what you will say or how you will say it. The right words will be there. The Spirit of God will supply the words. When people realize it is the living God that you are presenting and not some idol that makes them feel good, they are going to turn on you, even people in your own family. There is a great irony here. Proclaiming so much love and experiencing so much hate. But don't quit. Don't cave in. It's all worth it in the end. You know, it's not success that you are looking for in such times, but survival. be survivors. Before you know it, before you've run out of options, the Son of Man will have arrived. If I were to give a topic to this, and if I were to take time to exegete it, I would call it risky business. You see, Jesus reminded his disciples that he was assigning them to risky business. And we are being reminded again by listening to these words today. We are being assigned to risky business. We're being told, watch out for yourselves. No one else is going to do it. You need to look out for yourselves. Be as cunning as a snake, inoffensive as a dove. In short, use your God-given gifts of intuition to navigate through difficult and hazardous water. Don't be naive. In other words, don't be foolish by ignoring the treacherous territory that you are traveling. Be ready to come up against those we least to expect, and they will come to smear our reputation or impugn our motives. And when we are brought up before religious authorities, be prepared to defend ourselves and use such processes as opportunities to proclaim the good news of the gospel. Can I say it in a plainer? I am not, in calling this church to biblical obedience, I am not unaware that this is risky business. I know. We don't know which way the winds will blow when you decide to do the right thing in your given setting. And so my prayer is that you will take responsibility for that action and let the Spirit lead you. But in the final analysis, please don't disobey the Spirit. You see, because the Spirit is listening to you and waiting for you to act. The Spirit is not pushing you to do stupid things. The Spirit is pushing you to do the right thing. And the right thing is to think it through carefully. And by the Spirit, you will do eventually the right thing. Not 40 years hence, but hopefully before it's too late. May God bless you and keep you as you journey forth from this place, after you will have received God's blessings of Holy Communion to prepare you for that journey.